Oh boy, today we get to do a really fun video. Oh, because we get to use the dragon. But before we go ahead and do that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the merch. If you go down to teespring.com/store/electric-apparel, I believe that is the link, you can go ahead and grab any number of things that we have on the merch store. So there's shirts, there's hoodies, we have some coffee mugs, stickers, a bunch of other crap. If you want to go ahead and pick up something like, I don't know, the Dual Electric hoodie, the Electric Squad stuff, or the MK Cross Tekken or MK Cross Electric stuff, then you can get that down in the description. Okay, so we've got the dragon here today, and we've got a lot of things that we're going to be doing to it because I've been waiting forever for all this stuff to get in. I ordered these parts one by one, and over the last couple of months they've come in, and now I finally get to put all this crap together. So we're going to be modding the dragon, and we're going to be making it the heaviest and the most dragoniest, is that word? The most dragoniest stick out there. Probably the heaviest stick out there too. I'm not sure. I think this is actually the heaviest like stick consumer-wise. And with all the extra crap in it, it's going to become a lot heavier. So first thing is I ordered all of these things off of Arcade Shock. I'll leave a link down where you guys can get all of those, all of the things used in this video. But the first thing is you need the dragon. Now this one has the old Crown SDB 201 switches, I think. They're the old push buttons. I believe did I do a review on these? I might have. I might have reviewed these at some point or another, but point is that this was just for when I did the, what was it, the Gamer Fingers silent button test. I was testing out different silent buttons, and I just used these as a comparison for just what they sounded like, how quiet, how loud they were compared to those Gamer Finger buttons. And I just never took them out of the dragon, and it's been back there with those buttons forever. As you can see, it's been in that spot. I also rearranged a lot of the sticks after the video. This is the first video. I took a week off before coming back since that last New Year's video. But yeah, all that stuff got rearranged, kind of. It's a little bit messy, but yeah. Anyway, so we got the dragon here. This one you can pick up pretty much anywhere. The next thing we're going to need is a new product from Arcade Shock that came out at the end of the year, and this is their aluminum top plates. So their aluminum, just their plates, their mounting plates and all that. We want to replace this here with this nice brushed aluminum one. Now, this is really nice because it adds a lot of weight to it. It makes it an even heavier stick than it normally does. It's relatively thick, like that is one thick piece of metal. Can't really, you can kind of flex it, but not really. That is going to look great because, oh, that is loud. We have an all black and an all red arcade stick. So the next thing that we were going to do is I went and I bought my favorite buttons, which are the Crown SDB 202s. Now, I'm going to make sure you can't see the address on this thing. Now, to make it a proper dragon stick, I figured red and black is going to work. So we've got SDB 202 black and red, the transparent ones. We got 4 of each, so we're going to be mixing them together. We're going to be mixing and matching them kind of like in this fashion. So we're going to be having red out, the red rim with the black plunger, and then the red plunger with the black rim. So that's going to be one thing we're doing. And then the last thing, of course, to make it the most dragon stick ever is we're going to be using the knee lever. So this is the Rox Gaming IST knee lever. If you know Knee, he's a fantastic, amazing Tekken player, and he has his own signature IST lever. Now, this one is going to go great because it's really just a flat-mounted IST lever. It is, I think somebody said it's more akin to like the 45 or I have a bunch of other IST levers that I need to get to reviewing, and it's kind of like one of those, just modified. So that's going to be great for us. We're going to be putting this in because red and black red and black, red and black. Yeah, there's a theme going on here. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into building this thing, and we're gonna bring the camera in, and we're just gonna unbox this first, and then we're gonna take a look at everything on the inside. I haven't actually looked at it, so you'll be able to see it from the unboxing perspective. So we'll get right to unboxing this, and we're just putting this stick together. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about all this stuff. You've seen the gameplay, you've seen me installing it. So let's go ahead and let's talk about them separately. Let's start with the aluminum panel. So the aluminum panel comes in, it's about 50 bucks, I believe. I think I paid $45, $50 for it. And it's really nice. Brushed aluminum always looks good. The only issue with brushed aluminum is that it always gets dirty. As you can see from here, there's some dirt, you know, from where your wrist rests, and that's just kind of a downside to having brushed aluminum. But it looks nice, and it's cool to the touch. It's nice. The one thing that they do now, that they didn't do when I first got this thing, was they actually do laser engravings. So if you've seen the Victrix Pro FS video, the last video that I did on it, where I showed all the updates and all the crap that I did to it, I actually had it laser etched at Evo, and that process you can see in that video is actually really cool, and they do it now, I believe, if not soon. But they can laser etch artwork onto these things, and it's really cool. So if they had that available when I first bought it, I would have actually asked if I could get stuff engraved on it, but that wasn't available. So the other thing, they include these little black covers for your screws. That's really nice. It kind of looks like the stuff that they originally shipped with in that you see Quanba ship their stuff with. So that's just to cover it so you don't have exposed screw heads and all that stuff. So it just makes it look cleaner. It's nice. It adds weight to the stick. It's pretty thick. It's about the same thickness as the, it's the exact same thickness as the plexi that comes with it, and it adds a fair amount of weight to it. This is probably the heaviest arcade stick that I've tried or owned now at this point, and it looks really nice. They do if you have a Dragon, you want this, they have the Dragon ones up. This was fairly new. And they also have a bunch of other arcade sticks as well. They've got the Quanba Obsidian, they've got a couple of Horis, they got a whole bunch of arcade sticks that you can get an aluminum top panel for. So next we're going to go to the knee lever. So the IST knee lever is a 35A grommet, so it's about what I would consider the middle ground for what's a good, stiff Korean lever. It's not loose to where when you pull back and let go, that it's going to hit the opposite direction. If you get too loose of a grommet, you tend to have that happen. So I know that on the 303FK and a couple of, especially on like the Hori Hayabusa lever, it's not a Korean lever, but that does have that issue where the initial springs that are in it are too loose, and if you let go, a lot of the times it will fling back and hit the opposite direction. This one doesn't do that. The 303FK that I have back there did, and I had to kind of like, the way that I play, I tend to let go of the stick a lot, and I would tend to get opposite directions just from letting it go. But this thing, combined with its shaft, because it has a smaller, it's like a 7.25 millimeter as opposed to a 9 millimeter shaft, it returns to neutral pretty fast and pretty without hitting any opposite directions. It's pretty good. It's what I would consider middle of the road, kind of what I like, and kind of what would be a good starting point for anybody who wants to get into Korean levers. Definitely, it is not as heavy as like the Fujin V3 that I have in this one, or like the Help Me lever that I have in that or Android 21 stick. I've definitely played on heavier levers, and this one is just right. This is kind of like where you would see a lot of crown levers sit at. And yeah, so it's pretty middle of the road, pretty good. One of the features, actually, you know what, before I talk about that, the bat top is actually really cool. It's got the whole Rocks Dragons logo etched onto the side, and it looks cool. I got the Rocks Dragons, and I got these buttons, and I got the top panel. I'm like, let's make this dragon even dragonier by putting a Rocks Dragons knee lever in here. So with that being said, this thing is very different from what your standard lever would be, because it's not so much, it's not a short collar like what crowns have. It's more of like the old school levers where they're flat. They sit flush with the mounting plate. And yeah, that's I haven't tried one of those in ages, not since that 303 right there. Or the 307. the 307. That was the second Korean lever I ever owned. And yeah, it's weird playing on something like this because it feels good. It feels fine. It's just that it's different from what I've been playing on for ages, because I play on the new crowns that have the short shaft to still be compatible with Sanwa mounting plates. But it works fine. The one feature that I do really like on it is that it comes with this little wrench here. This is actually really cool. It's a, what is it, a 6mm wrench. And it has this easy way of taking on and off the bat top because there's no flat head on the bottom of the shaft, so that you can go in the back and unscrew it to help unscrew the bat top. It basically comes off like this. You hold it there, you screw it off like that, and then you can put something else on. Like if I want to put that on, I'd put it on. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to screw this back on. This is actually a really nice feature, though I can see repeated use will start to mar up the kind of black shaft, and will start to expose some of the underlying metal. The coating will come off, and that kind of sucks, but at the same time, that's going to happen if you repeatedly keep, you know, scratching it up with something like this. But it's nice to have the ability to just quickly change out the bat tops to whatever you want. If you're not particularly fond of the Rock's Dragons etched bat top, then you can always replace it with something like the EX Gears aluminum ones. Like if I wanted to get a red one or a black one to make this all aluminum, then I could do that. It'd be really easy. You don't have to go into the back of the stick and hold a screwdriver there while cranking on this side to loosen up the bat top. So that is a good feature. I really like that. The shorter shaft actually doesn't really bother me too much because you don't really get much of it. Maybe the pinky will, you know, rest up against it. But because for the most part, I'm not going to be touching this. I'm not going to be touching the shaft. I'm going to be at the bat top. So the shorter shaft doesn't, or the thinner shaft, I should say, doesn't really matter too much. I just think that combined with I think that was just a smart decision to have that combined with the 35A grommet. So, you know, it's good. It's all good. It's good, man. So, what is this going to cost you? $70, $69.95. Nice. It's going to cost you about $70. That's with tax and all that. I believe these places should offer free shipping for that by this point, just because it's $70. And honestly, it's a $40 lever that has the name price increase on it. It's a good lever, but I would expect it to be about $40 if it didn't have Knee's name on it. With it being the Knee lever, I would expect it to go up at least $20, $30. I mean, I come from the realm of guitars, and with signature guitars, usually that's going to add a base cost of like $1,000 on top of it. So it'll be like $1,000 guitar, put an artist name on it. Now it's a $2,000 guitar. So that seems about right. You know, you would add a bit of extra cash on top of it just because it's Knee's lever. So if you got $70 to spare, then this is a worthwhile lever to get, especially since you don't have to deal with the tall shaft. It's a Japanese compatible mounting system, so it's going to work on basically any Japanese arcade stick that has the typical 4 screws to mount down, to mount a lever down on. And some of the other things too is that when you're installing a Korean lever, I have to talk about this every time. When you're installing on the quick disconnects, just do what I do, and I plug it in and leave it out on the ground or on the table, basically facing me the way that I would play it, and then I'll tap up and I'll tap down, and then I'll switch the quick disconnects around depending on what it comes up, what directions it actually hits when I have my PlayStation on. So that's just kind of like the easy way if you don't remember, and I never remember because the color of the wires like tends to always change on me, as well as the directions of the micro switches on here. On every Korean lever, they tend to be kind of different, and you just have to figure out the pattern or the order that they go in. So that's just kind of the little tip for installing a Korean lever. The crown buttons, I've done tons of videos on those already. I love them. They're great. They're probably my favorite button outside of, like I said before, what's in my Victrix. And these ones I thought I was going to have trouble installing just because this is the Velix layout, but Luckily for me, I didn't have trouble actually screwing them down. I thought there was a couple of metal posts here that I thought were going to interfere with the nut or the bolt or whatever that screws down, and that didn't happen. So all in all, I would say if you have a dragon or if you have a Quanba obsidian or something of that nature that has an aluminum panel and you really want this brushed aluminum look like the Fighting Edge, then get one of these. Get one of the aluminum panels. They'll be down in the description, along with where you can get the knee lever and the crown buttons, and this dragon if you want a dragon. Yeah, that's about it for the video. There's one thing that I should mention, actually. If you want to get your hands on your own Korean lever, specifically a very nice premium Korean lever, I don't know why I paused there. I actually got in contact with the Golden Lever guys. I went and talked to them, and I asked if I could have a golden lever to give away. And the guys over at the Golden Lever, he was very nice, and he is actually holding separately a golden lever for me to give away on this channel. So you'll be able to get a golden lever, and whoever wins, just tell me what name you want, and I'll be able to etch it down. He'll be able to etch it, like if you saw my revision, he etched HurtboxTV onto the actual bat top. He'll actually be able to etch your name into the Golden Lever's bat top as well. So all of that is going to be down in the description, and as well as my pinned comment. I'm going to tell you guys how you can enter that giveaway. That giveaway will be going from today, when this video goes up, until the end of the month. And that'll give you just a chance to hopefully enter and be able to win a golden lever. Again, go down in the description if you want to get yourself a golden lever. If you want to potentially win yourself a golden lever, he'll be sending it out to you guys. Whoever wins it, it'll be sent out with your name engraved on it. So yeah, just follow all the instructions down there. But anyway, with that out of the way, that's going to be the end of the video. You can find everything here in the video linked down below. And if you liked the video, you can like it. If you disliked it, you know what to do. You can subscribe, hit the bell notification, watch some of the older videos of me demoing and reviewing older gear, and yeah, some other gameplay stuff and what have you. You can go check us out on Twitch. My Twitter right now is currently suspended because people get their feelings hurt pretty regularly. And I have another one that you guys can go check. I'll have that link down too. There's a Patreon if you guys ever want to check that out. I still haven't updated that thing, even though I said I would be. But yeah, there's all that other crap. You can go down the merch store, pick up a shirt, pick up something. This is one of them. With that, I'm Dan. This is HurtboxTV, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.